Imagine waking up at 3 a.m. to get a glass of water. You notice a light coming from your partner's office. You peek in thinking they're just finishing up some late-night homework or a work project. But instead, you see them desperately typing away, smiling at their screen. And when you look closer, you realize they aren't talking to a stranger. They are talking to a hyper-realistic, computer-generated clone of their high school ex-girlfriend. And they are telling her they love her. What would you even do? This post is from the subreddit Am I the A-hole? And it's by user General Army 338. It's titled, Am I the a-hole here for telling my husband he's borderline cheating on me with AI? Here is her post. My husband, who is 26, and I, also 26, have been married for about 2 years now. Things were honestly really good for a long time. We had our routine, we laughed a lot, and I really felt like we were building a solid life together. But at the beginning of this year, things took a really weird turn. He started getting super curious about AI. You know how it is right now. Everyone on TikTok and YouTube is talking about how AI can do your homework, write crazy fictional stories, or make those crazy photorealistic images. At first, it was just casual. He was just messing around, seeing what it could do. But then, he actually paid for a premium version of this specific AI app. He played around with a few random things for a couple of days, making funny pictures and stuff. But then, he developed this persistent, everyday habit that started to bother the absolute hell out of me. First of all, he would use the image generator to make a photorealistic headshot of a smiling woman. But it wasn't just some random generated face. He would spend hours tweaking the prompts to get her to look exactly how he wanted. And he always chose the exact same ethnicity for this woman, a non-white ethnicity. Now, this is a huge detail because my husband is a white man and I am a white woman. But it gets so much worse than that. The AI woman's ethnicity, her exact hair color, her exact eye shape and eye color were always, and I mean literally always, the exact same as the girlfriend he had back in high school. He would also make sure to prompt the AI to make the women look ages 25 to 45. He wasn't making a teenager, he was making an adult version of his high school ex. He was aging her up to match where they would be in life right now if they had never broken up. It gave me this awful, sinking feeling in my stomach the first time I realized what he was doing. But the pictures were only step one. Once he had this perfectly generated, hyper-realistic image of his ex-girlfriend, he would take it into the chat feature. He asks the AI to generate a written fictional story, but he specifically asks it to format the story like a Snapchat conversation. So, he would be playing himself. He used his real name, he uploaded his actual real face to the app as his profile picture, and he would physically type in his part of the conversation on his keyboard. The AI woman, using the face of his ex, was programmed to then type in the other side of the conversation. If that wasn't creepy enough, there were some very specific mental and personality traits he would explicitly command the AI to display. He wanted her to talk a certain way, react a certain way, and have specific quirks. One of the most common traits he would force the AI to have was being autistic. And, suspiciously enough, his girlfriend back in high school was actually autistic. He wasn't just making a random character, he was literally trying to clone his ex-girlfriend's mind and body inside his computer. I want you to really imagine this. Try to picture a successful, 26-year-old married man. A guy who has a good job, has friends, has a wife who loves him. Imagine him using a massive chunk of his free time to sit in a dark room, ignoring his real life, just to message back and forth with a fake, digital woman. The AI app he was using actually has pretty strict limits on how sexual or explicit the conversations can go. It's supposed to block that kind of stuff. But he didn't care. I could see him actively trying to push the limits, trying to find loopholes in the system to make the conversations dirtier, more romantic, and more intimate. It wasn't just a friendly chat. He was trying to simulate a whole secret relationship. At first, I didn't want to freak out. I tried to be soft with him. I thought maybe he was going through something. I gently asked him if he felt like he needed to see a therapist. I asked him if he was feeling lonely in our relationship. I asked if work was stressing him out too much, or if he thought maybe he was dealing with depression and using this as an escape. I gave him every single excuse in the book. But he always just brushed me off. He would always just say that he's completely fine, everything is good, and life is going great. But as the days went on, and I kept seeing him glued to that screen, talking to a ghost, I got more and more impatient. The softness was gone. I finally snapped. I cornered him and flat out told him that what he is doing is borderline cheating on me with an AI. I expected him to get mad or defensive, or maybe even break down and apologize. But he didn't. He gave me this incredibly calm, deadpan response. He just looked at me and said, "It's exactly like playing a video game." He said that the images are not real women, they are just pixels. He said the written text is just code, not from a real human being, so it literally cannot be cheating. It was so incredibly irritating how calm and nonchalant his answer was. He didn't care about my feelings at all. The way he acted just made me feel like I was totally crazy and overreacting. But to me, what he's doing feels way more real than if he was just watching normal adult videos. It feels so much more intimate. He is actively curating a brand new woman for himself and role-playing a deep, romantic relationship with her. It's insulting to me, his actual real-life partner. It's worse than porn, in my opinion. Am I the a-hole for being this upset?
The update.
So I posted that original story, and a lot of you guys told me I wasn't crazy. But I have an update now, and honestly, this is an almost pointless update, because it just confirms exactly what I already knew in my gut. To absolutely nobody's surprise, my husband, the guy who spent hours making AI images that look exactly like his ex from high school, and who made the AI message him with a personality exactly like his ex, is still deeply in love with his ex. Because of course he is. Is anyone actually surprised by this? I pushed him on it again after reading some comments, and he finally cracked and admitted it. Him telling me the truth at least gave me the satisfaction to know that I am not crazy and I am not paranoid. My instincts were 100% right. When he confessed, he was extremely apologetic. He cried and said he was sorry. But it doesn't even matter anymore. I'm just heartbroken, sad, and so deeply disappointed. I feel like my whole marriage has been a lie. I'm also incredibly embarrassed. How do I even explain this to my friends and family? Hey guys, yeah, we are getting a divorce because my husband is emotionally having an affair with a computer program pretending to be his high school girlfriend. It sounds ridiculous, but I know I will have to tell them eventually. My husband and I are going to sit down soon and come up with a real plan on what to do next. The craziest part of all of this, his real ex-girlfriend is actually married to someone else now. And my husband doesn't even want her to know about his feelings for her. He was just going to live in his little fantasy AI world forever. It's all up in the air as to what exactly will happen next, whether it's divorce or what. But I'm just hanging in there for now. Man, the comments on this post were fully on OP's side. People were completely weirded out by this guy. One user, Havoc Heaven, said, "Well, even if he doesn't consider it cheating, it certainly makes it seem like he wants to cheat. Plus, it's pathetic and gross to do this sort of thing while you have a partner. You are definitely not the a-hole." Another commenter pointed out, "In my opinion, it doesn't matter that it's all fake. He's actively looking for attention from another woman. And it's even worse because he's creating a character that resembles his ex. Even if this was just The Sims and my boyfriend made a sim of his ex to date, I wouldn't be okay with it. Finally, user Sniffly Snail dropped some hard truth. I wouldn't settle on hanging in there with a partner who isn't even in love with you. It's good that he was finally honest, but now that you know, you should cut him loose. Don't stick around trying to convince him to love you as much as his ex. Walk away. There is no hope. Honestly, guys, this post is just incredibly sad and extremely creepy all at the same time. OP, you are absolutely not the a-hole here. I think people really underestimate how damaging AI can be when people use it to feed their own delusions. Your husband wasn't just playing a video game. He was actively refusing to let go of the past. He was using this insane new technology to basically build a time machine so he could date a ghost, all while ignoring his real, living, breathing wife who was sitting right in the next room. The fact that he tried to gaslight you into thinking you were crazy for being upset is a massive red flag. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was putting all his emotional energy into a fake version of a girl who has already moved on and gotten married to someone else. It's honestly just pathetic. You deserve someone who is fully present in your life, someone who chooses you every single day in the real world. Do not let him make you feel embarrassed.